Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a Hemingway hare's ear prince. The hook that I have in the vise is a Hemingway Nymph fly barbless hook, size 12, and it is number HC114, 1 extra strong, 2 extra long, round bend. Very sharp hooks, very good. I love the barbless hooks. And I have a 3mm gold bead, and I also have 15 thousandths lead-free wire on there. And the reason I'm adding lead-free wire is I've found myself, even with a tungsten bead, I've found myself putting a small number 1 size split shot on my line, so hopefully the wire will make up that weight. The thread I'm using, this is just 70 denier, and it is a dark olive thread. It doesn't matter, the color of thread doesn't really matter. All the thread should be hidden. We're going to start by pushing the lead wraps into the bead with the thread and then securing it. Then we're going to bring it back to where a barb would be. Had they actually put a barb on here, just about to the end of the flat there. Now for the tail, I'm going to go ahead and use some dark deer hair. I'm just going to take just a few, I don't know, maybe 15 or so, and trim them off. I'm going to go ahead and hold the ends and pull, and I got the loose stuff out of there. These look lined up pretty good. I'm going to drop them in my hair stacker though, just to get them lined up there a little better. Put them in there, give them a couple taps. I lift the hair stacker and tap them again. And then when you take them out, you have plenty of the hair sticking out that you can grip. I'm going to use about 1/2 to 3/4 the length of the hook shank for the tail. My first couple of wraps, I'm not going to wrap it hard because I don't want them to flare like that. I want that tail to stay straight. And I'll wrap that up and trim that off. Now if you want a fatter thorax, you can wrap it right to the bead and then fold it over and wrap it down. I'll go ahead and do that. Get it right to the bead. Fold it over. You don't want to make a you don't want to have a little step in there. There we go. Now we're going to have a fatter thorax. And you won't have to use as much dubbing. So we got a taper going pretty good there. Now when I'm coming back, I'm going to tighten it up. A little bit of a roll there. I'll go ahead and bring that back on top. I'm going to tighten it up. And we didn't get that big flare like you would if you pulled it tight right off the bat. Now I'm going to take my rib, and this is number 16 gold and silver tinsel, and I'm going to tie it in with the gold side to the shank and secure that. Then when we wrap it, we're going to see the gold side. I'm looking at the silver side myself right now. Now, I'm going to use Hemingway hair dubbing, and this is a nice lighter color. It's cream, but it's a little darker than cream. It's not like a Cahill cream, it's a darker cream, but it's a light hare's ear, or a light hair dubbing. And we're going to dub our body. And that's probably a little bit too much for right now. Yeah, we want to make sure we're right to the tail. And we'll bring that right up there to the thorax area. Now I'm going to take my rib and I'm going to wrap this once, twice, three, and secure it. Just 3 or 4 wraps. You could bend it back and secure it again. Trim that off. Now for the legs, I have the Hemingway Mayfly rubber legs, and these are small and these are clear black. And you can see here it has a tab on the back. Get my thread back to the bead again. I'm going to tie that in with the end of that tab right to the bead, holding it slightly towards me, and it will go right on top. There we go. Now I'm going to put the wing pad on there, and I'm going to use a brown Goose Biot. Just going to trim the pigtail off. And we're going to wrap that in place. You can actually come to the front. Now I'm going to put more dubbing on for the thorax. And we're going to see how far this goes. Yep, let's fatten that up there, put some more on. Yeah, we need another small pinch. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can actually super glue that down, or you can take your thread, you could hold that there, I'm holding the back legs, and then wrap the thread back up. I'm going to take my dubbing, and this has a lot of guard hairs, but I'm going to try to get the guard hairs out of it and use just the under fur just to hide the color of that thread is what I'm looking for. And I think that should get me to the front. Now I can hold the back legs, don't pull on them. Give that a wrap. Oh, let me get that a little bit higher. Want to wrap closer to the middle set of legs. There we go. Come out there. Move it to the next one. And then go in front of the Then we'll go in front of the front legs. Actually give that a couple of wraps, and it kind of pulls them back into position where they should be. And now for the prints part, we're going to take white Goose Biots. I'm going to take a pair of those. And we're going to tie these in. And I want to go just slightly past the legs with the Biot. I'm going to hold them in, going from my side in the front to the far side in the back. And I'm going to do the same with the other one. And you see that one popped up, but that's okay. That'll get taken care of. And then from my side in the back to the far side in the front. And we should have an X. Or something pretty close to an X. Now we're going to take that wing pad and we're going to fold that over. And that is going to hold those wings down. There we go. Now I'm going to pull all of this up. Pull those legs out of the way at the same time. Give it several wraps there. Put a few wraps in front. Then we're going to go ahead and trim that off. Be careful you don't take any legs with it. That little stub, I'm just going to push them back there a little bit. Put a wrap or two right on there. Going to put just another small amount of dubbing on there. Take my whip finish. Once, twice, 3 times. Tighten that up. Trim that off. I'm going to put some head cement on there. And I'm going to put the head cement right on the wing pad all the way to the bead. Here we are so far. Now we can go ahead and take our black marker and put a couple marks on the legs. If it looks like you got a little bit too much, you just have to touch it. It'll come off before it dries. And here we have Hemingway Hare's Ear Prints. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Let them know I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase this or any flies from me, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.